What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of SmackDown, as well as the wildest wrestling news and rumors you need to know, including new WWE champions, Vince McMahon made inappropriate comments to an announcer, more details on the Britt Baker MJF heat, Roman Reigns name change, the Hardy Boyz meet with WWE, sad news for a Hall of Famer, WWE want Ronda Rousey to return, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now, as always, we'll recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, as number one, has Blair Davenport found a role? It looks like the WWE has finally found a role for Blair Davenport by aligning her with the Unholy Union. Blair helped Isla Dawn and Alba Fire retain their tag titles, albeit by disqualification against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. The announcers also talked up Blair knowing her new teammates from their days wrestling, which made the alliance seem even more logical. Number 2, WWE booking Jacob Fatu very well. The WWE's booking of Jacob Fatu has been exemplary, and continued so last night as he destroyed Johnny Gargano on his way to winning the WWE Tag Team Championship. Now, we've said it before, but it's worth noting again, Solo could easily find himself ousted by Jacob, judging from Fatu's dominance. Number 3, Cody Rhodes, I'm not finished. Cody Rhodes stood tall last night as any babyface would, ignoring Solo Sikoa's threats and mocking the so-called tribal chief as a wannabe. Rhodes all but embarrassed Solo when Sikoa told him to wrap up his promo, and Rhodes told him, I'm not finished, launching into an even more heated roast of Sikoa. Number 4, has Solo outsmarted himself? Solo Sikoa seems to have everything going his way. Not only did the Bloodline capture the WWE Tag Team Championship, but Solo seemingly talked Cody Rhodes into a Bloodlines rules match for SummerSlam, a match that seemingly stakes the deck against Cody. Solo has been riding a wave of win after win, but he may have outsmarted himself if Roman Reigns and other allies show up to ruin Solo's night. Possibly a big indication that Roman Reigns is returning tonight. Number 5, WWE booking undercard. Are Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews going anywhere on SmackDown, or just passing through for a permanent spot on main event? Well, we don't know yet, but the WWE deserves credit for giving its undercard superstars some TV time and some direction. Number 6, WWE teases Randy Orton and Cody again. Cody Rhodes mentioned Randy Orton's support and guidance again during his promo with Solo, which should give even casual fans a clue that something bad is coming. While longtime fans have seen this storyline coming, it's important that the WWE foreshadow things for less seasoned viewers. Number 7, Nick Aldis shines again. While Nick Aldis fans may be disappointed that he's no longer wrestling, he continues to excel as SmackDown's general manager, whether it's showing fire when wrestlers act up, as opposed to Raw's Adam Pearce, who seems one step away from a nervous collapse, or all but laughing at Paul's self-promotion and no-selling the so-called Cleveland dignitaries Paul brought with him. Number 8, everything old is new again. Now, you know things are done well when you've seen a segment a million times, such as last night's homecoming celebration by Logan Paul, and you're still entertained, such as last night when LA Knight crashed Paul's party. Having Knight vandalize Paul's banner and then drive off with Paul's Prime Energy drink van was well played and provided for some laughs at Paul's expense. Everyone involved did a good job putting a fresh spin on the angle that could have easily have seemed stale. Well, that was a good. What about the bad? Is number 1, bad build-up for Bayley versus Jax? Is Bayley defending a WWE Women's Championship against Nia Jax? Well, you barely would have known if you'd watched this week's SmackDown, as Nia Jax was more busy gifting Tiffany Stratton with a new Money in the Bank briefcase than hyping a match with Bayley. This seems to give more evidence that WWE saw Bayley as a placeholder champion, and that Nia Jax is going to demolish her come tonight. And number 2, Carmelo Hayes loses again. And we don't understand why Carmelo Hayes continues to lose on SmackDown. Hayes, who was once considered a top prospect on NXT and a future main eventer, has to deal with one disappointing loss after another. Is there something going on backstage that we don't know about, or is Hayes just another WWE superstar who creative just don't know what to do with? Hayes' program with Andrade created an opportunity for WWE to boost him, but right now it's looking more as if Hayes' role is to put other people over, even though it's him who needs the rub. It was nothing downright ugly, a decent warm-up for SummerSlam, as SmackDown provided a good but nothing great build-up for SummerSlam with a championship change and some fun segments from start to finish. What did you guys think of the blue brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now, our first story looks at WWE signs Michael Cole to a new deal. Fans of longtime WWE broadcaster Michael Cole will be happy to know that the promotion recently signed him to a brand new contract. A new in-depth article from The Ringer on Cole reports this spring Cole signed a new contract that will keep him as the voice of WWE for the foreseeable future. Raw is moving to Netflix this January, and the WWE seems committed to maintaining a comfort zone for fans. While recent rumors suggest Pat McAfee might be unavailable for Raw due to his other broadcasting commitments, it's believed he'll be available for Monday nights. What do you guys think of the WWE locking Cole in for a new deal? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Vince McMahon made inappropriate comments to announcer. A veteran WWE announcer, Michael Cole, revealed many interesting things about his WWE career recently, including what it was like when Vince McMahon would yell into his headset while Cole was trying to announce. Cole told the Ringer's Brian Curtis that, "I'm not gonna lie, there have been times where he said things to me that were inappropriate. I'll go back to Gorilla after the show and get in his face and tell him that was BS. He respected that I did that." Now, the article is a must read as it traces Cole's evolution as an announcer and how he went from playing an announcer to becoming one. As for the idea that Cole was Vince's puppet, he addressed the accusations, commenting, "Over the next few years, people still didn't accept me because they looked at me as being a puppet for Vince." And I think some of that probably was true. Listen, I'm not a rebel. I'm here to make money and take care of my family and provide myself a good living. And when your boss asks you to do something, you do it. I still think that at the time, I was a hell of a good announcer. Now, unfortunately, Cole didn't elaborate on what Vince's inappropriate remarks were, but given the many stories we've heard about McMahon, there's no telling what he said. Next up, more details on Britt Baker MJF heat. Dr. Britt Baker has reportedly been suspended by AEW following some sort of altercation with MJF and MJF's girlfriend. Well, now more details have emerged, including a backstage response to the disciplinary process. Ringside News discussed more details of what allegedly happened. The root of the conflict reportedly stems from comments made by Britt Baker about MJF and his girlfriend, Alicia Tout, during discussion in the women's locker room. These remarks were relayed to MJF by Tout, sparking a series of confrontations that not only involved MJF and Baker, but also saw Tout and Baker exchanging words. Additionally, Will Ospreay reportedly had discussions with Baker regarding the escalating situation. A wrestling purist, Ibu, mentioned that MJF allegedly punched a wall backstage, leading to questions why he wasn't disciplined. Dave Meltzer's reporting there was an investigation and she was suspended and he was not. There are people, there are people who are mad about that. It was independent. I don't think Tony was involved. Next up, Roman Reigns' name change. Could Roman Reigns start showing off his veteran credentials by this new name? Well, consider this recent report from WrestleVotes. With the impending return of Roman Reigns, sources state that one of the discussed ideas is focused around Reigns claiming to be the original tribal chief in response to the last few months of Solo Sikoa's proclamations. Now, fans may know as soon as tonight whether Roman is going OG. Next up, WWE want Ronda Rousey back. Could Ronda Rousey return to the WWE for a third run? While Rowdy Ronda won't be returning anytime soon, as she recently announced that she's expecting a second child, WWE executive Chris LaGentil discussed how the WWE feels about her and wanting a return. We saw the news recently about how she's going to be having her second child, and we're super excited for her. We love Ronda. She's been a great person to work with on a lot of levels. And if somebody wants to come back, it's always a conversation we're happy to have. I mean, life is very long and, things change both behind the scenes and in front of the camera over time. We're definitely open to have conversations when it makes sense. Although Rousey has been very critical about her time in the WWE, fans have seen many instances of disgruntled wrestlers returning to the company. Next up, the Hardy Boyz meet with WWE. Matt and Jeff Hardy recently met with WWE officials at Cleveland, Ohio, leading to questions about whether the Hardys are contemplating a return. While PW Insider reporting that Matt and Jeff met with WWE very early this morning, and some content was filmed to be rolled out via WWE Digital as well. Could this be the beginning of the Hardys returning to WWE for what could be one final run? Let us know in the comments down below if you want the Hardys to return. Next up, sad news for a WWE Hall of Famer. Now, unfortunately, there's sad news to report as two-time WWE champion Bob Backlund has reportedly been diagnosed with dementia. Wrestling News recently tweeted that Backlund, who held the WWF Championship from 78 to 83, along with a brief run in the 90s, is dealing with the disease. And we send our best to Bob Backlund as he deals with this devastating condition. And finally, a big bout coming for Cena. And last but not least, wrestlers are lining up around the block to get a match with John Cena as he embarks on his retirement tour, including one of WWE's biggest stars. WRKD Wrestling is reporting that John Cena vs Gunther is currently penned in as a marquee PLE match for Cena's retirement tour. And this is a dream match and will be even more of one if Gunther wins the World Heavyweight Championship tonight. What do you guys think of this dream match? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.